Morning, folks. This morning's soap is brought to us from City Suds. This one here is Cedarwood Road. Starts out with 6 ounces. Got a little bit less since I'm starting with the shave today. That's what it looks like there on the inside. I kind of scraped around the sides there. You can kind of tell it's firm in there, but easy to scrape out. Put in a shave bowl, and this is definitely a manly scent, I would say. Definitely woody. It smells great. I've got it whipped up here in a walnut cherry bowl that's got spiral grooves in it. Whipped up here with a Raven Brushworks brush. It's got a synthetic knot. It's horsehair synthetic. I think I'll put a little bit more water in there. Make sure I get it the way I like it. Yogurt, wet. Smells great. You can just smell throughout the bathroom. Also got the matching aftershave. I will put the link down below. When I looked at the website there, I think they only got about 3 of these left. And you can get the soap and the aftershave for $8.98 plus the shipping. Pretty inexpensive. Great value in my opinion. Anyway, here's the alum block, no rubber band, still hanging in there after all this time. And also I've got the Humphrey's Witch Hazel. This one here is a bit bigger bottle. This one's 16 ounces, and I went ahead and put some menthol and a little bit of peppermint in it. Help with the cooling effect that I like. This is a gem G-bar. It's got a gem Teflon coated blade in it. That's what it looks like if you can see it in there. I really like this shaver, nice and smooth. Already put Yulay's Preshave oil, which is starting to get a little bit on the low side. I may have to get some more. I haven't quite decided. I'm also still leaning towards going that way because that's where the coconut oil is at, is using it for a pre-shave. But this pre-shave seems to be working out pretty well for me, better than what I expected. I think I'm already leaning more towards a pre-shave oil versus a pre-shave soap. Seems to be working out better for me. And it just might be my skin type, you know. Not exactly, how can you say, young, getting older. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe that might have something to do with the oil versus the soap. So in other words, it's your mileage may vary. Try it out, see how it works for you. May not need it at all or want it at all. Be honest with you, how I got started with the pre-shave soap was a sample was sent to me when I ordered some stuff from Douglas, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And I had it for a while, finally decided to try it. I also had a sample from Stirling, and then I got hooked, especially because of the menthol. Menthol just got me there, and I ordered some, and here I am, now hooked on the menthol. Definitely for good. I like it in the soap and whatnot, but I think it distracts from some scents. But I have gotten to the point where I really do like it, and it seems to work well for me in certain parts of my shave, especially like in my witch hazel. It seems to has a nice effect after the shave. I had not been for sure whether I was going to be able to do a video today. It's been kind of busy in the house already this morning. And I've got, a while back, if I remember correctly, Shave Butcher had asked about doing a shave with the gold dollar, or was it W59? It's the custom looking one. I have it out. I got it stropped. Just working up the nerves sometime this week. I have been not feeling well for probably about a week and a half, maybe going into 2 weeks. Seemed like forever. Stomach virus. Had a couple of days where I was throwing up and just, you know, having all kinds of issues. So, in case you might say I've been out of touch on YouTube and whatnot. Did do some postings, but not near as many as I usually do. It was really taking a lot out of me. So I kind of missed out on a lot of videos. I mean, I didn't feel like doing much of anything. So all I could do is make it through work. But I noticed this morning, noticed that Manny had put out a video, and he was talking about bowl lathering. So I decided to go ahead and get my video out of the way, get it started, get it going. And he was talking about how he misses bowl lathering, and this soap, for me, the type of lather that I like to whip up, this 6 ounces, and at the price that you're getting this at, for me, this was an awesome buy. I did good. This soap whips up just like, real easy, yogurt like, in no time. Works well for me. I really like this soap. Anyhow, man, he kind of inspired me to go ahead and get started on a video today, and actually feeling pretty decent so far. Here, as I guess you might say, getting over whatever this is, I get part way through the day where I'm doing well, and then the last part or another part of the day, whether it's in the middle, not feeling quite so well. It takes a lot of, whatever it is, just takes a lot of energy out of me. I'm just, ready to go and take a nap. And I do mean a long nap. But I also watched Tim's video. He's working with a Parker SRX Shavette. And if you're unfamiliar with Shavettes, that would be what I would consider the flagship Shavette from Parker. It's the big one, I guess you might say, nice and shiny. Not the SR1. It's the one that came after that, but it's nice to see sometimes, not sometimes, but it's nice to see when folks are figuring out a Shavette or a straight razor or single edge, what the issues is that they're having and figuring out how to work with them. And his was the toe and the heel of the blade. And different folks have different issues with Shavettes. For mine, it was just really the cross the grade was where it was really kicking my butt. But his was the toe and the heel, getting poked with the end of the blade. There are some Shavettes out there that cover the toe and the heel. Sometimes they consider that Shavette with training wheels, which there's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy them. It's about as close as you can get to having a DE or something, single edge, just shaving without having to concern yourself quite as much about the toe and the heel, but more about the rest of the shave, so that you get that down. And then once you move over to another one where the toe and the heel is not covered, it's less of an issue because you kind of got some practice in without getting poked like Tim's been. It is a learning curve, but for me, is that once you get really comfortable with it, to me it's just like those shaves are just always, you just all smiles when you get done. Doing pretty good so far. There's just, I said I got at least 75% of my hair already removed. Single edges come in different forms also, kind of like Shavettes. The one I shaved with yesterday, with the Focus Dynamic, it takes half of a DE blade, and I think for some it's probably more of a learning curve than it is for others. Somebody that's new probably have less of an issue than somebody that's been traditionally wet shaving, because you get that pivot head, and I think that pivot head has a tendency to cause some issues as opposed to if it was fixed like this. For me, it works out well. I enjoy it. It's another one of those that's easy to shave with. It's a mild shaver. I consistently can get shaves without nicks, cuts, weepers. Smooth, comfortable. And you use DE blades. that are snapped in half. I think after a while it just has a lot to do with where you're at within your technique, learning how to shave with different shavers, what works well for you. That one, that focus dynamic, I would say if somebody's a brand new shaver that's young, in other words their beard is still developing, if you will, definitely probably a good place to start. It's not saying that you can't nick or cut yourself, but you kind of have to work at it. Go along those same lines that the gentle pressure, like my son said when he was using it, he doesn't notice it cutting the whiskers. But when he gets done, he's noticed that, yeah, he cut the whiskers. It's just that mild and smooth. And I think that's probably part of the issue for anybody that's been shaving, is that they want to have that feel, so maybe they're putting too much pressure on it. Take time with your shaves. Learn how the shaver works for you. I know that's not always easy to do. Time is limited in some days. So I was thinking about today, then I decided I wasn't quite ready for it. Thinking maybe tomorrow might be a better day to do it. Help me focus going into the work week. Got that gold dollar W59 set aside, set up, ready to go, stropped. Hopefully I didn't round the edge. I've got all that set and ready to go. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, Monday morning. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Shave with the shavette and shave with the straight razor. Some of your technique will transfer over, what you learn, but then there's a whole nother learning curve, because with the shavette, for instance, the shavette, especially using a DE blade, you're only talking about that much. And this is one right here that does a pretty decent job of help covering the toe and the heel. But that's all the bigger your blade is. And then when you start thinking about a straight razor, which is closer to what, 3 inches versus what, maybe an inch, it covers a lot of more area. And not only that, it's a lot wider than that. So what you have to look around while you're shaving, yeah, it's there's still more of a learning curve with a straight razor. So all that sort of thing just depends on what you like, what you enjoy, what you're up for in the way of a challenge. This was unscented, and with that peppermint in there, it does give it a scent that's how can you say, brings, you know, that peppermint candy that you might relate to around Christmas with candy canes, and kind of gives that festive, bright, pick-me-up type vibe to it. I like it. It works well for me. It smells great. I can still, it's working, that cooling effect. This one here, if you go ahead and get these, you may want to shake them up. There's 3 different flavors. So I'll put a link down below. Check it out. I say it's an awesome buy for $8.98. You get soap, 6 ounces of soap and 4 ounces of aftershave. Yeah, you can't hardly pass that up. That's a good buy. I did watch Don's latest video, Wet the Face, and the soap he was using, I think it was Bathhouse, lathered up really nice. He was using, it was a shaving cream if I remember right, lathered up really nice. Going to have to take a look at it, the website, but he was also talking about the guess you might say, what he's going through with his wife. If you haven't seen that latest video, you might want to watch it. Keep him in his thoughts. He's going through quite a bit. Really feel for him. I know it can't be easy. Anyway, I had a really great shave. My face is nice and smooth. Just an enjoyable shave. Start out a Sunday that I may end up mowing. It'll be fun today. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.